Okay, Oathbringer. I've finished it. Let's talk about it. This book was very good. This is, by far, my favorite Stormlight book to date. I've said it before that Way of Kings was like okay for me. Words of Radiance had the duel, which was one of my favorite Cosmere moments as a whole. Loved that, but the Sanderson didn't really do it for me in Words of Radiance. This book was very long, but it kept me. I really enjoyed this. I mean, that's no surprise to anyone who's been on this journey with me, because I love Dalinar, and this was very much Dalinar's book. It also is, just under 1,300 pages. That means this is like 3 to 4 regular books, which means so much happened in this, and I forgot so much of it already, which is why I take notes. But no, I enjoyed this. I mean, this is the best one of the 3 so far. No question whatsoever. Had some really, really good moments. The other problem is, because it's so long, I don't remember if I felt like it dragged at all. I don't think it did. Because I feel like I would remember now that, it would have dragged. I don't think at any point this thing dragged. I feel like this is where the Stormlight Archive actually started. I feel like the first 2 books were still kind of like setting dynamics up and different things and kind of zooming out a little bit. But this one was nuts. I really liked it. It also, I can kind of tell how much I like something by how much it moved me. And I can honestly say there were 4 moments in this book that made me tear up. The first was when Kaladin goes back home and his dad says, my son is alive. That got me. The second was Renarin when he was a kid after Evie died, and he gives Dalinar the bottle of wine, and he just says, I miss her too. That got me good. Teft saying the words, modifying them to where he's saying, I'll protect even those I hate, even if that's myself. That was a little close to home for that one. And then Dalinar saying, you can't have my pain. Which is really good, because prior to this, in Way of Kings, I teared up a little bit when Dalinar gave the Shard Blade to Sadeas for the Bridgeman. I don't remember if Words of Radiance had me tear up at all. But 4 times is pretty damn good. Lots of favorite moments. Obviously, top of the dome, Amaram getting his. I loved that. I love the fact that he straight up turned into like a crystal monster. And while it was happening, I was like, yeah, that's right. This is your true form, you bitch. And then Kaladin basically said the same thing, was like, now he became, like, the outside matches the inside. That was fantastic. I do wish, I know, but I do wish that Kaladin was the one that did it. But listen, I'll take it. I'll take Rock double tapping him. That was awesome. I love that. I love anytime Lift shows up. I'll be honest, as it stands now, Dalinar, I'm fairly certain Dalinar is always going to be my number 1 in Stormlight. Second place is Adolin, tied with Yasna. And then it's Lift. I love Lift so much. She's so funny. And she, is really smart, and she is fearless. Like, the moment where Dalinar is in the mist, and Lift and Zeth are looking in, and he's like, I can't go in there. And she's like, that's okay, I'll do it. And then she goes in, and then she even says, I'm the best at going into places I'm not supposed to be. Lift is awesome. Yasna coming back, great moment. I gotta be honest, pretty high up there, maybe with Amaram's death, maybe even a little more, is Yasna saying, give me an excuse, I dare you. That was so good. I loved that. Yasna hugging Renarin was beautiful when he knew she was going to kill him, but she didn't. I love that. And I gotta be honest, Moash killing Elhokar, not that it was a favorite moment of mine, that's not what I'm saying, but that moment was so hardcore. Ooh, that was heavy metal. And the fact that he was bridge for it, I was like, holy shit, Sanderson went there, and I respect the fact that he did. That was gnarly. I loved Renarin challenging and going against a Thunderclast. That was badass. The Jon Snow edit that I made recently, where it was Adolin in the ring, and then Kaladin and Renarin jumping in to save him with the Battle of the Bastards. Honestly, I thought about remaking it, and it's Renarin looking at the dozen fused, and then Teft and the rest coming in to save him. Honestly, I still might. I might make that soon. Because that's what that felt like, where Renarin was like, there's a dozen of them. Okay, and just like, Renarin and Lift, their bravery is incredible. Like, they're so great. But as with any Stormlight book, I have so many questions still. I mean, so there are fused Radiants, because Szeth fought an Edge Dancer, for sure. And then Venli said the words, which was interesting. In one of the epigraphs, it said, Cephandrius, bearer of the first gem. What? Everything with Hoid. Like, who's that little girl? Vatwa, whatever her name was, that Hoid picked up. Why her? Why was he after her? He found a cryptid spren, convinced it to go with him. Why? What? Is Hoid also now a Radiant? I don't know, because he just used breaths. Like, can Hoid do everything? And I'll be honest with you, I am starting to really subscribe to the theory, assuming it's already there, that Hoid is a god. I think he's something else, because Shallan said that she looked into his eyes and saw, like, eons of time pass, and that's very similar to what Taravangian said, and what Dalinar said when they saw, like, Odium's true form, that, like, he expanded beyond time. And Hoid straight up said, like, by when the heralds were babes, I'd already lived a dozen lifetimes. Like, Hoid's up to some shit. I don't know what it is, but there's something more there. I'm still very curious as to what happened to Yasna when she was a kid. Dalinar mentioned that he could release Odium? First off, how is he able to do that? And two, what's holding him down? Very curious. What was that knife that Moash used to kill that herald? What? Why do the Ghostbloods want Shallan to recruit or capture Ja-Anat, if that's how you pronounce that, the unmade that covered for her? What do they want with her? Race said that he hates Hoid so much, or Hoid said that Race hates him so much that he would raise the city to the ground and it'd be worth it. So why does Race hate Hoid so much? Why does Odium hate Hoid so much? And how do they know each other so well to where he does hate him? I mean, granted, a lot of people hate Hoid, but the fact that Odium hates him that much, and he was there, maybe? I don't know. And where did the humans come from before coming to Roshar? And they said that Odium was their original god, and now they're not. So, what's all that? Why was Renarin's name in the wall of words with Odium? What's going on there? And also, so the thrill was always from an unmade, through, like, Odium, through an unmade, created the thrill? Did I get that correctly? That the thrill was of Odium? Because if so, called it. But the questions I have the most of is the Warbreaker crew. Like, how in the world, like, they left together, right? So, why did they break up? How did Nightblood end up with Nin? How did Vivenna get her face cut up? How did Nightblood know that Vasher is now teaching swordplay, but Vivenna doesn't know where he is? How did Cultivation end up with Nightblood? Like, anything regarding that. Because the last I saw them, Vasher had Nightblood on his back, and then left with Vivenna into the sunset. And Vivenna just had a real bad time in Warbreaker. Now she's like, I'm going to go on an adventure. And now she's all scarred up. She's a bounty hunter. Vasher is teaching swordplay to, like, random bridgemen. And Nightblood, I found out that was with Cultivation, because I thought Cultivation could just make another one because she's a god. But apparently that was Nightblood. So how did Nightblood go from Vasher to Cultivation to Nin to Szeth? And when did it go to Vivenna? Because Nightblood said he was with Vivenna as well. So that was nuts. Either way, this book was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Next up, I picked it up today. We're starting Dawnchard tonight. I'm very excited about it. And then I bought it just because they only had one copy left. Got Rhythm of War. So, whoo! We're making progress. Oathbringer was incredible. Really excited. If you're watching this, if this bubble is glowing, I'm live right now to talk about it some more. But anyway, loved it. Excited for what's next.